Welcome to 15 Minutes of Pharma. So my name is Pereira de Cruz, and my partner in this conversation is Manuel Fernandes. Manuel, in the last episodes, we've been discussing how the system is changing. So from bottlenecks to pricing power. So today I want to ask a more direct question. So what will the CDMO of the future actually look like?
Sure, Carlos. In the previous episodes, we somehow explored how the system is changing from geography to pricing, from pricing to execution, and from execution to bottlenecks. Today, we answer a different question, which is what kind of players win in that system? I think we are moving from signals to structure. And I would argue that the first thing to understand is this. The CDMO model is not converging; it is polarizing.
Wow, polarizing. So that's a word that I see in some economic sectors regarding to the polarization of the markets.
Sure.
What do you mean by polarization here? Polarization how?
Yeah, I would say that the system, the CDMOs, will polarize into very different realities. I would say that on one side, we will see CDMOs that, scale capacity. And on the other, we will have CDMOs that accumulate capability. And in between, you will have a growing group that risks getting stuck in the middle.
Stuck in the middle. So what does stuck in the middle mean in practice, Manuel?
Yeah, Carlos. I think that it means that the CDMO has assets, but not a clear role in the system. It's not the lowest cost producer. It's not the most advanced technically. And it's not being deeply embedded in development. So you end up competing without a real advantage.
So what does the winning model look like?
Carlos, I would say that the CDMO of the future will not be a generalist. It will be specialized, not across everything, of course, but focused on 2 or 3 modalities. And I say this because the technical depth required is increasing very fast. Think about areas like peptides, ADCs, complex injectables. These are not manufacturing problems only. They are, development problems, scale-up problems, and process control problems. And you cannot master them at the superficial level.
So not superficial level. So focus becomes a kind of a strategic necessity.
Exactly, Carlos. Breadth becomes a weakness if it comes at the expense of depth. And I would say that the second characteristic is early integration. The CDMO of the future is not brought in at the end. It is involved upstream, in process development, scale-up design, industrialization strategy, because that is where the real value is created. And once you are embedded there right from the start by the sponsor, you will be very, very difficult to replace. And I think, Carlos, that peptides illustrate this very well. They look like a capacity problem, but in reality, they reward process mastery. Small decisions early on have massive consequences later. So the winning CDMO, it's not the one with more reactors. It's the one that can design a process that works reliably at scale.
Okay. So, and another thing, Manuel, everybody now speaks about this. So, and where does AI fit into this?
Well, Carlos, I think that AI is going to be a major differentiator, but maybe not in the way that is, often presented, not as a standalone tool, but as an infrastructure layer across the system. And well, in my opinion, there are three areas that are particularly important. The first is development and process design, and this means applying AI for faster route exploration, to better optimize processes, and to identify risks early on in the process. The second area, Carlos, is operation and execution. And by this, I mean, a better integration or even a full integration between ERP and KMS systems. This will provide real-time visibility and well, it will enhance your capacity to control your processes in a predictive fashion. And the third, Carlos, are quality systems, meaning automated deviation analysis, things like structured kappa generation, and well, generally faster and more consistent documentation. Always, of course, with human validation, but well, dramatically increasing speed and consistency.
So AI becomes embedded in how the system runs.
Exactly, Carlos, and well, over time, this will create a gap between CDMOs that are digitally integrated and those that are not.
Okay, so and how does this affect pricing?
Well, Carlos, I would say that it reinforces everything that we have been discussing so far. The more specialized and integrated you are, well, the less you compete on price. Because at the end of the day, you are not selling output, you are selling speed, reliability, and well, and reduced risk. So I would say that pricing becomes linked to what is at stake if things go wrong. So, well, when you put everything together, the direction is clear. I would say that the CDMO space will stratify. Some players will scale capacity, some will specialize deeply, some will integrate AI and execution into a coherent system, and well, some will remain in between. And I would say that those are the ones at risk.
Yeah, the stuck in the middle. Yeah.
Sure.
So if you had to summarize, okay, what defines the CMO of the future?
Yeah, Carlos, I would say that the CDMO of the future is going to be specialized. It will be integrated early by the sponsor in its projects, and it will be digitally enabled. And well, and most importantly, it will be designed to reduce uncertainty in complex systems.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Manuel, thank you. And thank you to all of you for listening to 15 Minutes of Pharma. So in this episode, we explored this idea about the CDMO of the future. So the CDMO model is polarizing and what it will take to operate successfully in that new reality. So see you in the next episode. Thank you, Manuel.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you so much.